Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Alright, so legal experts said Trump's phone call to January 6th witness isn't enough to charge him with federal crime yet, but could be a tantalizing teaser of what's to come. So did you hear about this?
Well, I heard a little something about it today. I was pretty I was pretty deep into a lot of code today, so I didn't see a lot of it. But I did hear that Trump apparently tried to tamper with a witness, and that's a big no-no.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's kind of common knowledge that he's been pressuring witnesses to either not testify or just plead the fifth. I actually, part of me didn't really understand why this was such a big deal. I think it might be because Trump himself called, whereas before it was his lawyers or his friends or someone, or like the pressure was coming from not directly him.
Yeah,
because
I think
he works like a mob boss. He doesn't like leaving a paper trail. he always talks in the like, oh, it'd be a shame if something happened to your store, sort of thing. Like instead of actually coming out and saying it.
Yeah, I had a boss one time that whenever he was doing something that might blow back on him, he would always want to talk in person or over the phone. Which, I mean, we're not recording phone calls, so over the phone was fine at that point. But like normally we would do everything over email, and that leaves a paper trail. So if there was anything that he wanted to say that he didn't want like a record of, he would just either do it in person or talk over the phone. So I think before it was it did Mark Meadows try to contact Hutchinson?
It might have been.
Yeah, I think Meadows tried to contact her and tell her not to like testify or something. So
yeah,
I mean, there's
so we know there's been
shitty shit going on.
This is one of those scenarios where it's like, yeah, we all know that witness tampering has been going on, but does the evidence rise to the level of being able to get a criminal conviction? Because that's the difficulty. Like that's I'm not a lawyer, so I'm probably going to screw stuff up, but I know there's like the concept of mens rea, where you have to, like, when committing these types of crimes, you have to not only like be doing the crime itself, you have to also know that it's a crime while you're doing it.
Yeah.
And so like that's how Junior got out of a lot of his charges with the defense of, I was too stupid to have known that was illegal. Like
and everybody's like, I actually kind of believe that.
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah, okay, that's legit. But yeah, so it's this is a case of, we all know it's happening, but does the evidence rise to the level of a criminal conviction? And just this phone call alone, spoiler for the end of the article, no. Just this phone call, because the person did not answer, we don't know if his intent there was to talk to her about the trial, or them. I don't know if it specifies who it was. I think it's anonymous still at the moment. I'm saying her because I have what's her name is fresh in my mind. Not her name, obviously. The person who testified at the
Hutchinson.
Yes. Yeah, so it's I forgot what I was saying. So anyway, former President Donald Trump Trump's alleged attempts to speak with one of the witnesses for the House committee investigating the Capitol riot has been referred to the U.S. Department of Justice, according to Liz Cheney. It'll be difficult to prove that such a call constitutes illegal tampering with a witness, because depending on, he says Trump is damn lucky the witness did not answer the phone. That could have been a huge issue if he actually spoke with the witness. As it is, I don't think much can be done, but it's the kind of thing that scares the hell out of defense attorneys. So it's one of those things where, like, if he has a plausible reason other than the January 6th hearings to have called this person, then yeah, it'd be super easy for him to say, yeah, like, yeah, I was calling for this other thing. But if it's someone that he never speaks to ever, but has been present for a lot of the relevant stuff to the January 6th hearing, then that becomes a bit more suspicious. But it still doesn't quite rise to the level of being able to bring charges. But as they point out later on in the article. So actually contacting the witness and actually getting across your I would like you to not testify because or whatever, actually doing that is not necessary to constitute a crime. The attempt is all that's necessary. So if it can be shown that he called this person with the intention of affecting their testimony, then that is witness tampering, even if he didn't get a hold of them. But that's much harder to prove when he didn't get a hold of them.
I mean, to be quite honest, I think Trump should be brought up on charges for, demanding, nearly 12,000 votes be found for him when they just didn't exist.
Yeah, that was a federal crime.
Yeah.
And it's on tape. I think that one falls into the mens rea category. I heard an opening arguments episode on that, where I think there was some technical reason why like that would be a hard thing to prosecute just with what you have, even though we all know that he's guilty, right. And we can hear that he's guilty right on the tape. But that's kind of what I was getting to here. Is later on they mention. Oh, I might have missed it somewhere. Anyway, they mentioned that the January 6th committee has shown an ability to structure things in a way to keep the public's interest and like lead up, like you drop little tidbits here and it leads up to something bigger, and like the surprise testimony happening when it did was very like it just worked with everything. So this could be a thing where like they're dropping this for the public so that it gets the public's interest, so that the public will actually watch the relevant hearing to see who this witness was and what they can say about why Trump would be contacting them, and whether or not the Department of Justice even can do anything with this phone call, because maybe there is more evidence there where the Department of Justice can press charges.
Right.
And we don't know yet. So they could just be like dropping breadcrumbs to keep public interest.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope that they do something, like actually do something that prevents Trump.
Yeah, I hope this is more than the Mueller report.
Yeah.
Where it's because, like it's a big deal and it takes forever, and then at the end it's just bleh.
I mean, honestly, if Trump runs again, and if he were to win, I really think that would be the end of our current form of government. Because I mean, right now, you've got the Supreme Court. Sorry, I'm checking my sugar right now. You got the Supreme Court that's about to hear a case on whether or not state legislatures should have full control over their voting system or their voting process or whatever. And so like they're probably going to rule in favor of states because that's how they've been doing shit. And if that happens, then there's no guarantee for a actual fair election, despite what
they're essentially gonna rule that they're probably going to rule that gerrymandering is a-okay. I mean, they already have ruled a couple things that kind of say that.
Well, yeah. Have you seen the gerrymandering in my state?
I haven't seen the maps, but
yeah, it's really messed up. There's one Democrat majority area that's a voting district, but like it's like this weird C shape where you've got the two biggest cities that are in the same voting district, and it's because they're Democrat. If you were to evenly distribute it, then I guarantee you that Alabama would be more blue than it is red.
Yeah, that happens in a lot. Like Texas is like that as well. Texas is basically blue. It's just the empty space gets more of a say.
Yeah, because of gerrymandering.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's the news.